afternoon. My name is Christina Archie Brown, welcoming you to today's town hall. I am speaking briefly about a new fund at the Community Foundation for South Central New York. This fund is titled Racial Justice and Equity, focusing on minority businesses and organizations in our region. This fund was established in 2020 with an initial seed grant of $100,000. Being a native of Binghamton, New York, I know the strengths and the weaknesses of my community. I am quite pleased to join the RJ&E Steering Committee. We feel compelled as an organization to do our part in ensuring minorities are provided the opportunity and the tools to flourish economically. We had a large community interest with a total of 16 applicants, and we are proud to announce that we have awarded 5 local trailblazers in our community to help guarantee their success. We are hoping this fund will change the lives of many, and we are sincerely asking the support of everyone to keep this positive effort alive for the betterment of our community. I thank you.
Good evening. My name is Angela Riley, and I am one of the co-chairs of the Racial Justice and Equity Fund Steering Committee. I am excited to have all of you with us tonight as we share our grant recipients and the projects they will be starting or have already started in our community. As shared by Ms. Tina Archie Brown, this was a great process. And because of your support, we are able to just extend the network and support good projects and services for those that are typically underrepresented or underrecognized. So sit back and listen as we introduce our grant recipients to you tonight. Thank you so much. First up is the Shenango County Historical Society.
Hello, I'm Jessica Mogwin, the Executive Director of the Shenango County Historical Society and Museum. Our goal for the Indigenous Perspectives in Shenango County initiative is to more authentically share the stories of Indigenous people in our work. With the help of Indigenous Concepts Consulting, we are strategically planning how to develop programs that reflect a deeper understanding of Indigenous communities. This initiative impacts collection curation, future campus enhancements, and educational programming. As we strive to preserve the unique cultural heritage of Shenango County, this initiative will help our organization be more inclusive and better able to represent diverse narratives. Many thanks to the Community Foundation's Racial Justice and Equity Fund Committee for supporting this very important initiative.
Thank you, Jessica. I cannot wait to hear the stories of the Indigenous community you've collected in Shenango County. We look forward to that. Next up, we have the Iota Theta Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Hello, I am Brother Jeremy Brown, President of the Iota Theta Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, located in Endicott, New York, and serving the greater Binghamton area. Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated develops leaders, promotes brotherhood and academic excellence, while providing service and advocacy for our communities. The program Racial Justice and Me was created in response to the many police discriminatory attacks on minorities and to provide a forum for young men of color to voice their opinions. Thank you to the Community Foundation Racial Justice and Equity Fund Committee for selecting us, the Southern Tier Alphas, as a recipient of the Harriet Ford Dickerson Fund. We appreciate the Community Foundation and their efforts for improving the greater Binghamton communities. Thank you for your commitment to service and equality.
Thank you, Jeremy, and the men of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated for hosting such an important program for Black male youth We can't wait to hear the feedback from the participants, your chapter members, and the families impacted by such programming. Please share that information so we can share it with everyone we know. Next up, I would like to introduce Ms. Sulamina Burns, who is going to share with you information about Support Black Business.
Hello, I'm Sulamina Burns. I am the founder of Support Black Business 607. Not only is Support Black Business 607 a Facebook group with over 5,000 members, it's also a racial justice movement, which invites our allies to support not only Black lives, but to support Black livelihoods. I would like to thank the Racial Justice and Equity Committee for approving my grant, which will be used to facilitate workshops for the Black businesses to improve their success rates and to allow them to have access to organizations, grants, and funding that they may not have been aware of previously. So thank you again.
Thank you, Ms. Burns, for sharing all of your work. We have all enjoyed supporting the Black businesses within the Facebook group and look forward to what's to come. Up next, we will hear from Ms. Chanel Boyce.
Hi,
with
my name is Chanel Boyce, and I'm a founding member of BOSS, which stands for Black Activist Women for Social Equity. We are a group of organizers that have been serving this community for over a decade, and we are very pleased and proud to be one of the inaugural recipients of the Community Foundation for South Central New York's Racial Justice and Equity Fund. The proposed program is called A Better Broom, and A Better Broom is exactly what we hope we will get out of this. We will hold an organizing boot camp, which will last for 5 to 6 months and will give organizers and advocates the skills they need to feel more confident to go out and to create the change that they want to see in their communities. I'm sure that many of you witnessed or participated in the community events and different initiatives that came through during the pandemic and during the global uprisings. What we will be doing is teaching people how to become better organizers and advocates and really just empower them to be the change they would like to be in their communities. Thank you very much for funding this project, and just like you, I'm sure we all hope for a better Broome.
Thank you, Chanel, for sharing that exciting program. I know we all look forward to building a better Broome, and those skills that will be taught will work in any environment. I am so excited and cannot wait to hear about the program and the participant feedback. Thank you so much. Up next, we have Miss Ebony Jackson from the Broome Community Land Trust.
Good evening. My name is Ebony Jackson, and on behalf of the Broome Community Land Trust Board, as well as the steering committee, I want to say a big thank you to the Community Foundation of the Southern Tier, as well as to the grant makers for this grant cycle. So Broome Community Land Trust was developed in 2019 by a local group of housing and racial justice advocates. We are committed to developing safe and affordable housing here in our community. BCLT is currently managed by a volunteer steering committee, which oversees a number of unique awareness and community building projects, including the Youth Story Corps, as well as the BCLT Ambassador Program. Both projects have been an immense success in their first iteration, and the BCLT is dedicated to running them again. The grant funds that we received for the Story Corps will definitely be used for that. We plan on running a second cohort, which will start this spring. The first cohort created a film called Housing is a Human Right. This second cohort will most likely focus on the intersection of housing. And so we're really excited about continuing this program, but also most especially receiving funds through the Community Foundation and all the work that they do to help make this a cohesive community. So thank you so much again, and follow us on Facebook at BroomCLT. If you know anybody who you think might want to be an advocate, send them our way. If you know anybody who's interested in being on the board or helping out with their labor, definitely send them our way as well. And again, thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much for sharing that information, Ms. Jackson. Housing equity is important to all of us. Housing is a human right. Was a great film, and I hope if those that have not seen it will take a look on your Facebook page and our website and look at the hard work the first cohort of students completed. We look forward to seeing what will happen with the second group of students. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you again for joining us for tonight's event to celebrate our grant recipients, the first set of grant recipients for the Racial Justice and Equity Fund in the Community Foundation of South Central New York. We are so excited to see what these organizations will do, because not only are these programs innovative, but they target populations that, again, are typically underrepresented and can grow from all of the opportunities learned within the various programs. We could not do this if it were not for our friends and family like you. Each donation, be it $1 to $1 million, helps the Community Foundation ensure that programs and services and junior organizations and senior organizations are able to develop new programs that will help support the racial justice and equity mission that's important to our entire community. Again, we cannot do this without your support. So not only do I thank you, but I'm asking you to continue to donate. Each donation, again, not only strengthens the work of what's being done in our community, but it strengthens our community as a whole. We thank you in advance and look forward to working with you in the years to come. Again, my name is Angela Riley, and I am the co-chair of the Racial Justice and Equity Fund Steering Committee, and we look forward to partnering with you and working with all of our organizations in and around the Southern Tier to, again, strengthen the bonds that make us the community residents desire to live in. Have a good evening.